So how's it going? It's Taste here, and I'm bringing you some Search and Destroy gameplay on Modern Warfare 3. I've got two games here for today, one on Carbon, one on Dome. This is not the Russian gameplay that I said could come up in the last video, simply because I've noticed that all of my gameplay is Search and Destroy except for that one, so I'm going to mix it up a little bit. This video is also a little later than I wanted because I'm noticing that while at home I can only really play on a 1 bar connection, or at best 2 bar, sometimes dipping into a 3 but not holding it, so I'm obviously not getting the best of gameplay while I'm at home to record when I get back to university, so I wanted a couple to overlap when I get back, so the videos are going to slow a little bit but not drastically. This is currently not me that you're watching because I'm late joining this game for some reason, not quite sure why, but here I am right here. And you'll notice I changed class at the beginning, which is really annoying considering how well the first round goes. But I'm going to be playing defensively this game. I think this is one from when I was in my 4th Prestige, and you'll notice I've got the ACR silence naturally to play defensive. I do a lot of holding around this building. I hear it come on, it's far too obvious. Dead silence is something you really need in Search and Destroy if you're going to rush. I find that you simply cannot do it without it, because people just pick you off. There's too many people out there with headsets that are going to know where you're going, and my aim's a little off there, as you can see. But I'm holding down at the back, trying to play it very defensively, because it's still like in the early half of where I'm doing, and I'm trying to make sure that we win. Basically, I'm with a full Endeavour squad, I think, except maybe one. I think there's only 5 of us in this game. As you can see, I'm tearing them up over A there, which they planted by the looks of it. When we weren't looking, I get the diffuser. I think I nearly die at the end of it. Yeah, get very fortunate there. But the playstyles are what I want to talk about today. Anyway, defensive versus a more aggressive playstyle. The gameplay after it isn't hugely aggressive, but it is to start off with. So yeah, there you are with the full Endeavour squad, all ready to tear them all up. And naturally I forget that there's a kill streak delay. I do that in the other game as well. It's the worst preg ever, only one person with that blind eye. But the playstyle that playing defensively, specifically in Search and Destroy, can be extremely beneficial. You'll notice it does say defend on the objective, so it's not for I should make play defensively, but a lot of the time people do rush through your spawn, stopping them getting through and stuff, which I think you see one person on the team do later. And I find that it's more boring to play defensive, but it's much more successful. If you rush in, a lot of the times you get caught out, but if you don't, it's an excessively fun way to play. And obviously a lot of people don't want to risk it in Search and Destroy, where you've only got 1 life. But if you're going to play defensive, you need to be able to see most of the map, I find, which is why I'm currently using this building here. There's a ninja diffuse again. I always get them, and I don't know why. God. Anyway, holding the map. You need to hold, I'd say the middle, but the middle is always open, as it is on this map. This map is so open in the middle. So I'm just behind the middle, watching these buildings. I hear this guy coming. And what you want to do is make sure you can see as much as possible to get them before they get anywhere. You don't want to get them when they're already there. There's no point killing them on the bomb site, because they're looking for you when they get there. You need to kill them just before they get there, when they're still running. Because otherwise they're looking in all the spots. People know where to sit and hide. You know they do, because you find them there all the time. No matter what game mode, there's always someone in that house there. There's always someone crouching behind that crane or in the bank building. There's always someone on this truck here. They're just all over the place. So what you want to try and do is get them while they're still running there, and using the stuns and your nades to show people where they are, communicating with the team, that sort of thing, and just letting them come to you, but get them while they're still coming, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to hold this building here, because in Carbon there's obviously 2 main buildings facing each other, and they're clearly crucial, but this guy here has got a great defense at the back there. Not quite sure how. I think it was on the right side he came through. But we wrap this game up here. I've sped up anything that's not particularly active, because you don't want to see me walk around the map. Or you might want to see someone else play, but yeah, tough. It's my channel. So that's the end of that gameplay. I think that was 8-1 or something. It's reasonable. Anyway, this is the Dome one. This is a bit more aggressive. I've got the MP7 in this game, I think, and I think I just unlocked it. This will be partly my 8th Prestige, as you'll see in one of the kill cams. And I haven't got anything on the MP7 because I'd literally just unlocked it. But I would normally put the silencer on it, with focus or kick, depending on what I've unlocked. In game battles I use it with the silencer and focus, with dead silence, extreme conditioning and quick draw, but I'll be using hardline in the public lobbies, because obviously kill streak is so accessible. So we've rushed straight into B here, as you can see. There's a lot of action going on over at A, and I think that's the point there where it's just me and Millsy alive. I think in this round it's so I noticed there's only two of us, which means obviously the rush didn't work too well as the whole team tried it on the other side. So we need to slow it down a little bit. The aggressive play worked, getting us into where we need to be. We need to make sure it's clear and then carry on with the objective. Yeah, I said the word objective in a COD commentary and I'm actually going to play it. Look, I know you're not used to that on YouTube. And you plant the bomb and then you have to play defensively again. There is no way of playing aggressively once the bomb's planted, especially if that happens. I'm now last alive. Sims got killed by a sniper. I don't want to rush out and get quick scope. Just wait for him. He's going to look for me. I get so lucky here though. Like, what is this guy doing? He sees me there. He must be. But unsilenced weapon, you'd have thought he'd pick me up. But he didn't. I get away with it. Take a nice one out with the pred just so that I don't get caught out by him, because that would just be embarrassing. I don't think the rest of the gameplay is too aggressive after that, so I've now got my kill streaks and the rounds go really quickly because we're with a full squad, and I think in the third round the whole squad rushes. The round takes like 20 seconds. It's ridiculous. Against people this easy, this obviously works a lot. I do have a gameplay of an actual game battles where you'll see that the aggressive strategies do not work so well against the better players. So I think what you'll need to happen is you want to be playing defensively. You need to pick one to start off with. If you just think that the people you're against are going to be easy to beat, go for it aggressively, because then you're more likely to win your gun battles. If you get into difficult situations, you're going to be able to get forward and get all the kills you want, and it's a lot more fun to do so. But no one really likes, especially in Search and Destroy, losing, because you spend half the time just watching the game. So what you're better off doing is then playing more defensively. But obviously, at this side, we need to get out of this building. This building is a complete fortress if we hold it, but if they don't want to come in, we're going to have to come out at some point. We don't want them to be set up completely out here. So we need to rush a little bit. We need to get a bit of aggression coming out, taking people down, and as you see there, that rack took no time at all. I can barely get towards the dome. I could strike it fair. Just kidding. And what happens in the fourth round, I think, is I try and play defensively because we're defending, but with the submachine gun obviously because it's a really small map, and then I just rush in a little bit because I want my Overwatch that I've got here. So what I'm trying to say about how you play is that there's no successful playstyle. It's all based on the situation. Specifically in objective game modes, you need to defend the objective, obviously you need to play defensively, and if you're attacking it's better to play aggressively. But it's not like you can't interchange them. A lot of the time slowing the game down can become a lot more effective, but it is obviously a lot more boring to sit in one place waiting for the enemy to confuse than it is to run out there and kill everyone. But if you die it's even worse, so it's the risk that you've got to be willing to take. But I think that does conclude most of what's going on here. I think that game was 8-0. I think one of, I got I don't know, it's something like that. I don't see that it matters too much. Score might come up, never mind. But that's the end of this commentary. I'll try and bring the other one out reasonably fast, but no promises. See you around.